Hey DMarco, what's up, man? Welcome to episode number 2 of Online Hustlers. How are you doing
Thank you.
today?
I am amazingly well. Thank you for inviting me, man. This is amazing. I know this is going to be big movement, online hustlers. I like it a lot, man. Thanks.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Awesome. I think we met for the first time. Was it at Monetization Master in November in Miami? Was it there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I had seen, I had you on my Facebook and I had seen like your posts for a while, but I never really had identified you until the event.
Right. It's always good to meet people at these events because then you get to put like a real personality to, an online avatar.
Yeah, and I think it's important because sometimes we just I think it's not even because we want to, but like on Facebook we just see so many names we forget people are like
Right.
people instead of just names. So once you meet
Right.
a person in real life, it's like, oh, this guy on Facebook is this guy. So it's really
Right.
funny.
Right.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us a little bit about your story. How did you get started in internet marketing?
So long story short, this is it actually it doesn't even sound real, but this I promise you, this is exactly what happened. So I used to be a truck driver, man, and
Okay.
I used to hate my job. I used to really hate my job. Sometimes I'd sit in my truck and cry. I really hated my job. I hated my life. I hated how everything was going. And this one particular day, I actually after I finished my route. I was heading back to the office, and every day in the evening I'd stop to the gas station to fill up the truck for the next day. So I'm hating my job, and I actually I'm praying like, please God, help me find something different, help me do something better. And I pulled to the gas station, and I'm fueling up the truck, and there's this card on the floor, this is like bright orange card that says "Fire your boss" or something like that. I think it said, I'm pretty yeah, it said "Fire your boss." Some other stuff, but that's what stuck out to me. Fire your boss. I've never heard that term before. Long story short, it was a network marketing opportunity, but it was internet based. So
Okay.
that got me into the. I didn't know people were making money on the internet before that day, and that was in May of 2012, not that long ago.
Yeah.
And that day, finding a low card changed my life because then I found that people were making money in network marketing, and then people were making money as affiliates, and people were making money making digital products, and this and that, and the next thing, and that's how it all started, man. That's how it all started.
Wow, that's crazy, and I think it's pretty crazy that before at least it happened the same for me before I got started in the industry. I didn't really think about people who were making money online. I always just like,
Right,
yeah, internet, like it's for wasting time, watching videos, chatting. There's no money. At least that never really went through my head until I got in, and then there was like, okay, there are like 1,000 ways to make money. Now which one do I pick,
right,
right?
right, right.
And
Exactly.
so you got started in the network marketing in the business, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what happened after that?
And then I just went all in with the network marketing stuff. And then I failed a lot. I failed and failed and failed. I joined within the course of like maybe 2 years, I joined like 9 companies. And I finally found success with the the last one that I was I'm sorry, the second to last one that I was a member of. And I started making some money, and I built a an okay sized team. It wasn't like tens of thousands. It was a few hundred people, but it was
Nice.
pretty cool for me because I've never done anything like that before. And then the company made some changes. They changed the comp plan. People didn't like the new comp plan. A lot of people left, so my business actually collapsed. And then that's why I was like, I'm not doing network marketing anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually before that happened, I kind of made that decision. But before that happened, before I called it totally quits, I joined one more company. I made my money back and a little bit of profit. And I just like, this network marketing thing isn't working because people come, people go.
Yeah.
And then I said, let me try out the actual internet marketing side of this that I don't have to recruit people I don't have to convince people to buy anything and things of that nature. And then that's what, brought me in the road to where I am right now.
Awesome. So were you able to quit your job with the network marketing business, your previous job?
Uh, yeah, funny story about that though. There's a video. So there's a guy that I was in training with. I used to work at Comcast, the
Okay.
cable company,
Yeah.
and there was a guy that I was in training with, and he and I became pretty cool because we shared the same kind of goals. He was in another network marketing company. He always trying to recruit me to come over to his company, and I'm trying to recruit him to come over to my company.
Yeah.
And long story short, but one day, I used to work from 11, I think 11 to 9, if I'm not mistaken. It was a while back. I think 11 to 9. That was my schedule. Yeah, I think with an hour lunch. So um, he came in from break one evening, like seven something, and he texted me this link. He was like, "Bro, there's this video. It's gonna change your life." So he sent me this video. So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna watch it on break." When I went on my break, I watched this video, and it was a video on YouTube. It's called "Be Fearless." When you get a chance, see if you can see that video. It's called "Be Fearless" on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's actually from a company called Muscle Prodigy about bodybuilding.
Oh yeah,
But
I've seen
the guy
it.
was talking, you seen it?
Yeah, I used
But the guy
I
was talking
followed him
about
on
people.
Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. His name is Jared something.
Yeah.
But this particular video, he was talking about people living lives that they don't want to live, working jobs that they don't want to work, and how all these self-made billionaires did it themselves by just being fearless. He talked about, Howard Schultz, the guy who owns Starbucks, and he talked about John Paul DeJoria, the guy who owns Patron tequila, and he owns Paul Mitchell hair supplies. He talked about a bunch of, people that made it. And this video was so moving to me. I came back from break and I told my friend, he sat right next to me. I told him, "Hey, I'm never coming back here again." And that was a Friday night, and we were supposed to work Saturday. And he thought I was joking. He started laughing, like, "Man, you're crazy." He's like, "Yeah, man, I'll see you in the morning." I was like, "Bro, I'm never coming back here again." And I clocked out that night, and I never went back again. And I actually, because I actually was making a little money with the network marketing, but I figured that if I can do this full time, then I can make a lot more money, and I'd rather be making money for me than making somebody else rich. And that's how it kind of went.
Whoa, man, that's
That's
a pretty crazy story, but I think it's all about taking that leap of faith and the real trusting that things are gonna work if you put in the work, right?
Yeah,
At the end of the
exactly.
day, everything worked out just fine and 10 times better.
Exactly, man. And I'm the type of person, and I think you are too. I think this is an entrepreneurial mindset that I'd rather I'd rather try and fail than to not know.
Yeah,
I'd rather
because
try and fail than to always think to myself, what if? What if?
yeah, because we are always going to failure. Failure is always gonna be there. It's impossible not to
Right,
fail. So
right.
I think once you realize that you will fail, you just embrace it, and you have to keep pushing until you find what works. Because if you don't fail, you'll never achieve success or get to what you want. But
It's a
yeah,
part. It's a part of the process.
yeah,
You have to fail your way to the top. It's a part of the process.
yeah. And the more you fail, the more successful you're gonna be because you know which way to go through.
Right. Exactly. And another thing that I did was I changed my way of thinking about failure. To me, now this might sound crazy, I don't want to offend anyone,
Yeah.
but to me, failure is working a job for 40 years. To me, that's the ultimate failure in my opinion. When I started looking at life that way, then I said, okay, I can do this because my biggest fear in life is to work a job until I retire as an old man. I'm more afraid of that than I am of death.
Yeah,
Realistic.
it's pretty scary to think about that in my opinion as well. And I think the problem in my opinion the problem is not having a job because that's great, but the problem is having the mindset that it's okay to have the job forever instead of leveraging the job and the money you make and the experience you gain
Right.
to build your own stuff. Because you can have a
Right.
job and whatever, but then you go at night and you launch your campaigns, or do whatever you do.
Right.
It doesn't have to be
That's
marketing
right.
related.
Exactly.
You can go home and bake cookies and then sell them if that's what you want to do. But
Right.
know that the job is just temporarily while
And
you make it on the other side.
exactly. Every job that I've ever had was a stepping stone. Was a stepping stone. That's how I looked at it. I never looked at a job as somewhere that I want to grow,
Yeah.
like I want to get promoted and I want to be. No, I looked at because you need money to take money. I mean, sorry, to make money, and you can do it two ways. You can either work and earn money and then use that money you earn to make money,
Yeah.
or you can borrow money. I didn't have anyone to borrow from. I was in the NFL, no friends left, no family left.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I had to do it that way. But yeah, nothing is wrong with the job because if everyone's a boss, then who's going to be the employee? So it's nothing wrong with the job at all. I'm just saying for me personally, I don't want to have a job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I think the problem with society is that this is something that I talk a lot with my mastermind group, because in Costa Rica, as you might know, we well, my brother does Shopify, I do Shopify, my partner does Shopify. I run a store with a partner. My brother has a store with another partner, and then there are three other guys who run another store, and they live like an hour away from where we live. So every week, they started this year. Every week we do a mastermind on Tuesdays at night. So we discuss what everyone's doing and mindset in general and the results and new strategies. And it's really crazy because we talk about the mindset of how people think. And if you really think about it, the world is messed up, man. Like, people think the goal is to get a good job, and people go to college and people do all of this stuff, not because they want to do it. It's because society tells them that's what they should do, and they don't think about it. They
Right.
don't think there's another way. Like, if you want to get the job and that's your goal, that's perfect. And if your goal is to go to college and get a good job, that's perfect. But because that's your goal, not what
Right.
other people want you to do.
Right.
But most people just, it's like high school, college, job, promotion, and death. But not because they want to
Right.
do it. It's because others tell them that that's what's normal to do, and it's not.
Right.
It's normal to do what you want. So, and like I said, the job is not the problem. The problem is that you're doing things because of social conditioning, and not because you really want to do it, and people don't realize it. Then people say, let's say they get offered a network marketing, and they say it's a scam, but they continue to work at their jobs for minimum wage. So
Right.
they're actually being scammed, and they're offering
Right.
an opportunity. Or maybe they, instead of saying, no, I don't want to do network marketing, but I want to start my own business or whatever, and then start looking at another path, which is awesome, because at the end of the day, it's just what you want to do. But people just don't think outside the box, and that's what I think it's really messed up in nowadays society.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I fully agree with you, man. I fully agree with you.
Yeah, crazy. um, so tell us about your current business. What are you working on right now? What's it about? How does it work?
So yeah, I have a few like things going on, a few side projects. But my main thing that I do, which I love to do, is I write copy, for some pretty cool people. I write sales and marketing copy, and people seem to like it, and it performs pretty good. So it's pretty good. It's good. It's good for me right now, and that's my main business. I write, everything, the entire funnel. I write the ad and the sales page, then the upsell or downsell, and the email sequence, and I get if you're good at running traffic, I'm good at turning that traffic into, clicks, which then turn into cash.
Yeah,
So that's my business.
awesome. And how long ago did you start this business?
I've always been writing copy.
Really?
Yeah, because network marketing, nobody wants to join. Nobody's going to come to you and say, "Hey, man, I want to pay to make money. Please take my money." No one
Yeah.
does that. So you have to be good with words. You have to, show people that they really want it. And so in order for me to build that team, that I had to actually, I had to be pretty crafty with words. And persuasion isn't necessarily isn't tricking somebody. People think that persuasion and sales are bad. That I'm not tricking anybody. Sometimes persuasion is just making someone, you know, making a thought that they already have come to the forefront. Like you might, if I was a car salesman, for instance, you might want a car. That's why you're in the dealership. You
Yeah.
want the car. I'm just, giving you reasons why you should get the car today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It isn't like I'm like it's not like I'm telling you you're gonna get, a helicopter and then you leave with a car. I'm not tricking anybody. So that's what it is. So I've been writing copy for a long time. Well, for a little bit. But the thing is that I was writing it for myself and it was working. And then other people started asking me for help with things. Well, how should I say this? Or how should I word this? And
Yeah.
I would help people. And then it kind of spiraled and snowballed into what it is now when that's all I'm doing for other people now. You know?
Awesome, awesome. And yeah, I think that comes back to the principle that when you are good at something, people start noticing it, and then things just happen because
Yes, sir.
you just started helping people, showing a lot of value, getting results, and now people come to you for copywriting.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And it's cool because I like it. It doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I like being creative. I like using words. I like I like the like just crafting it. To me, it's art.
Yeah.
To me, it's like writing a song. Writing something that converts well is like writing a hit song.
Yeah, it's an art because you can drive a traffic to a sales page that doesn't convert, and then you just make some changes, and then suddenly it
Yeah,
starts
man.
making sales like crazy.
To give you an exact example, no exaggeration.
Yeah.
I had a guy that I write for. I have a guy that I write for, and he was doing well before we met. He was doing about 20K a month in profit, right?
Yeah.
20K a month in profit
A product
before
owner.
we met. No, he does CPA.
Okay.
He does CPA. So he was doing about 20K a month in profit. I started working with him, right? Same traffic, same offers, same everything. The only thing that was different was the copy. Not exaggerating. He went from about 20K a month to six figures a month. His
Wow.
conversions went from like, I don't know, 4 or 5% to like 18%.
Wow, that's crazy. Because
Right.
for people who are new to marketing and maybe don't understand such the technical aspect, you're spending the same amount of money, doing the same amount of effort, but making times the amount of profit.
Exactly.
For the same amount of
Exactly.
effort, the same amount of investment, making 5 times the profit. That's just insane. That's awesome.
Exactly. So, and that's the type of stuff that I like. I like to see that. I like when I can do, and I have other examples too. I have a product owner that I work with, and he was doing about I think 7.2% in conversions,
Yeah.
uh, with a one-time offer that he had,
Yeah.
and he didn't like, he wanted to convert a little bit better. He was thinking about 10%. So I rewrote the OTO, and then it went from 7.2 to like 17.8%. And he was like, "Man, I'm
Wow.
more than doubling my money now. Same traffic, same everything, just the copy's different." And the copy makes a big difference. It's like it's the words because you're being a salesman, but you can't do it face to face in person, so you have to do it on a screen. And so the words are very powerful, man.
And it's really impressive how people react so differently to different words because getting people the same amount of people to buy 3 times more just by changing some words it's literally amazing. It's
Exactly.
not normal.
Exactly. And that's my biggest takeaway from network marketing. They they taught me a way on how to word things,
Yeah.
how to word things in a way that people don't feel threatened and they don't feel like they're being sold to.
Wow, awesome. So if you're watching this and you need any help with copywriting, this guy over here, DMarco, is the guy for you.
I give
uh,
you a hand, man.
that's crazy
It's
results, man.
look me up on Facebook, DeMarco Musa, DMarco space M like Mary USA.
Yeah, I'll post your profile link in the description below this video for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
And what are tell us about your most important accomplishments this business and this industry in general has allowed you to do. Your birthday was it this week or last week?
About a week ago.
Yeah, about a
Yeah,
week ago.
I'm
How did you
getting old, man.
celebrate it?
I went out to Las Vegas. Went out to Las Vegas, and I can't talk about it. It has to stay in Vegas, man. I just went out to Vegas, man.
Awesome, but you went by plane. You didn't go driving a truck this
Oh
time.
no, man! I live in Miami, so that drive would have taken like a drive would have taken probably 2 weeks, man, or something. I don't know. It was like a 5 hour flight going, and then like a 4 hour flight coming back, or something like that. But yeah,
Awesome, awesome way to celebrate. So, what other accomplishments has the business allowed you to do? Whether it's like
yeah.
buying stuff you really wanted to
So
buy before traveling.
yeah, pretty cool stuff. It allows me to do things that I wasn't able to do at a job. Well, for several reasons. One is that I have, more access to monies to do things that I need to do than I did at a job. At a job, you have a definite amount that they're going to pay you every week or every 2 weeks. No matter
Yeah,
how hard you work, they're going to pay you the same thing. Unless it's a commission-based job. But like if you're an hourly employee, no, they pay you the same thing.
yeah,
But with a business now, I can create my own paycheck. Because if I know that if I do this and it performs this way, I'm going to get this result. So if, for instance, if I know if I'm going to write one sales page and it converts at 10% or 20%, whatever the case may be, and I'm going to make, let's say, 10K a month from writing that, then I know if I write 10 of those, I can make 100K a month. You see what I mean?
yeah.
So like you can scale in a business. You can't scale in your job. But another thing that the business allow me to is have time freedom because I don't spend 8 hours a day writing copy. I write I, I write probably 2 or 3 hours a day. That's probably what I write. I spend a lot of time, more time doing research because when someone gives me a project to do or needs my help with a project, I try to find out as much information about the project, as much information about the customer, as much information that I can possibly find out. So when I get to the writing portion of it, it'll flow seamlessly, and I could connect to the prospect who's reading it or watching the VSL, better. So that's another thing. It allows me time where I can do things. I can spend time with my children, spend time with my family, spend time with my lady. I can go and do things that I can go, to the grocery store or go get a haircut when no one's in the barbershop, stuff like
Yeah.
that. And another thing is the relationships, man. Because like if I wasn't a copywriter, I probably wouldn't have met you. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the relationships, because when I noticed when I first started the internet marketing journey after network marketing, I started in CPA, like I was testing out ads and stuff on Bing and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And I made a little money, nothing crazy, but other marketers don't want to help you because you're their competition.
Yeah.
See? But as a network marketer, I'm sorry, I apologize. As a copywriter now, I'm no longer their competition. You see?
Yeah.
So, wise man said that if everyone's in the hills looking for gold, you should be the guy at the bottom of the hill selling picks and shovels. So, I'm no longer looking for gold. Now I'm selling picks and shovels. Everyone needs picks and shovels.
Yeah.
Everyone needs the tool to help them find the gold.
Yeah.
Everyone needs copy to help them make the money. So that's the difference now. And so when I changed that about my business and I became a copywriter solely, then I like skipped the line because I go from like not having enough clout to talk to certain marketers to now they're contacting me.
Yeah,
Like guys who are at the top of the top, now they know who I am. Now, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So, and that's those relationships are great. And like I said, I wouldn't have known you. The reason that you and I met at the Monetization Matrix Super Conference is because I wrote the copy for that event. So I
nice.
wrote the copy for that event, and so that kind of made me stuck out. So everyone that knew that was like, "Oh, okay, he's a copywriter. He's a copywriter." So now people are coming to me, introducing themselves to me, and now that people that I see on like Facebook and stuff, now they know who I am. I'm the copy guy. So that was another thing. So yeah, it's this business is pretty cool, man. I like it. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if I should have if I was gonna go to the event, but now I know who took my money, and it made me invest in the event, but 10 times worth it. And it's like you say, it's making people do what they really want. I
Yes, sir.
wasn't sure if going to the event. I saw the copy. I gave the money.
Thank you, man.
Awesome, awesome. So tell us a little bit about what are your daily habits for success.
Um, Daily habits. So, when I get up, the first thing I do is I try to read something just to get my mind, just to get my mind at a certain level of activity. So I try to read something. I'm building a small library, so that's good. I'm proud of that.
Cool.
I buy like a book or two every week or so. So I'm building a small library. So I read something, and then you know, I sometimes I don't even eat, man. I just get right to it. I fire up the computer, and either, believe it or not, I do more learning than working. So I would actually go watch videos and tutorials from copywriters and marketers that I respect and admire, and then I'll get tips and tricks and hints on how to do what I do better. So, I would do that stuff, and then I go and start working. One of the greatest copywriters of all time, a guy named Gene Schwartz, he actually had a system where he would only work like 3 hours a day. He would set a timer for 33 minutes and 33 seconds, and then he wouldn't do anything but sit there at the desk. If he couldn't think of anything, he would still write something. He would just sit there. He couldn't answer the phone. He couldn't go to the bathroom. He just sit there for 33 minutes, 33 seconds. And that's how he created some of the best-selling advertisements of all time. Cool stuff.
Wow, cool stuff. Awesome, awesome.
So I try to do something similar. I don't set the timer, but I just sit there. I just sit in front of my computer at my desk, and I don't move until something happens.
No distractions.
Right.
And I think that's really important, especially when working online, because there are so many distractions. Let's say you get on a computer, you get on Facebook, then you see something cool, you click it, then you're on YouTube, then you're on a blog, and then 1 hour
Right.
passed and you didn't do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
man, and I don't know, when I wake up in the morning, I have like 30 notifications. I got Facebook and I got Slack and I got Skype and I got this and I got that and it's just so many notifications that if I just spend all day like going through them all, like I get nothing done.
yeah, yeah. Right now, actually, I'm implementing a new system because I realized that I was wasting a lot of time. So what I'm doing is like from 9 to 1, I set those 4 hours like phone in my room, everything turned off, and just like pure work. Because if you have like Facebook on and your phone next to you, and then Skype, everything is popping up notifications, and then
Yes.
you end up doing the same amount of work in 4 hours that you could have done in 1 hour. So it's a
Right.
waste of time. So I think that's a very very good tip for people, for the people who are watching this, to dedicate hours, specific hours, to the money making activities. So obviously you're not gonna
Yes.
work 10 hours straight in money making activities, because I don't think that's possible. I mean, I don't think that's possible. But focus 4 hours, 3 hours of just pure work, get everything done, and then you did
Right.
the important part of work. And then maybe if you can't finish the secondary stuff, but you did the important things that had to be done, like in your case writing copy, or in other case launching campaigns, whatever. Because instead of just being on the computer and Facebook and learning, and then you end up not writing copy, that doesn't make any money. But then if your day doesn't is got gets messed up at the end of the day, you wrote the copy, so it was okay. Like that's how I see it
Absolutely.
right now.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. I like that from 9 to 1. I don't wake up that early sometimes though. I don't
What
wake up.
time do you wake up?
It depends, man. I got a weird schedule. I went to bed
Yeah.
this morning at 4 something in the morning. That's what time I went to sleep. So, but I woke up early today. I woke up at around 7 something. So I slept like 3 hours last
Yeah.
night.
Wow.
So I go to sleep. It depends. Sometimes it's 2 in the morning. Sometimes it's 5 in the morning. It depends on what I'm doing the night before. And I was up trying to finish. I was up trying to finish a sales letter that I'm doing for a ClickBank product. It's a. I really can't say too much about it, but it's a good performing ClickBank product, and I'm helping them to try to see if we can make the conversions go up a little bit. So that's what I was up last night working on.
Awesome. Do you feel you get like super focused at the end of the night, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. when everyone's asleep?
Yeah, yeah, because it's quiet. Outside is quiet, inside is quiet, everyone's asleep, and like what I did, or it's becoming my new ritual. I'm actually writing with the lights off. So I'm just sitting in my office, in my home office with the lights off, just my computer on, and I'm just writing, and that's it. I just zone into what I'm doing, and that's what I've been doing, and yeah, and that's I don't know. It's something about the human mind. That's when creativity wants to flourish. I remember like listening to an interview with Michael Jackson, and he would make all of his music at like weird times, like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. It's just I don't know. It just seems that that's when it wants to wake up. You know?
Yeah, yeah, that happens to me sometimes. I'm so focused late at night that I just get in the zone and get everything done. But
Right.
I changed my schedule because it was kind of messed up as well, going to sleep at 3, at 2, and waking up at 10 a.m. And
Right.
I like, I mean, I don't know, I liked it, but I didn't like it at the same time because I like waking up early. It's super hard for me, but I've been doing it lately and going to sleep earlier, and I think it's working for me because sometimes it's kind of messed up to have
Yeah.
the schedule, a weird schedule. But I think at the end of the day, it's just do what works for you. If you like working from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., just do it and sleep throughout the day. And if you like waking up at 6 a.m., then wake up at 6 a.m. I think
Right.
there's no success time. You just gotta do what works for you.
Right. Exactly.
But it's pretty
Exactly.
crazy the work times of internet marketers are really not normal in general.
Right. Because like, we are as a whole we are not normal. That's the whole thing. We just
You're
do
right.
things. We do everything differently. We just do everything differently. For instance, if you go to New York or something at one of those big advertising firms, the marketers there don't look like us. They don't talk like us. They don't sound like us. They don't dress like us. They have on suits and they're trying to be all they want to be politically correct, and they want to be like they want to we don't care about that stuff. We wear t-shirts
Yeah.
6 days a week, and then we might wear a tank top on the seventh day. I don't know, but we like we just do things differently, man. And that was another thing that attracted me to this lifestyle, that uh, I was seeing like guys who were making millions and millions of dollars, and they're wearing flip-flops every day. I was like, wow, that's so awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And it's pretty cool that when you go to an event, you don't even know who makes the most money because everybody
Yes.
dresses like
Yeah.
shorts, t-shirts, and you might even think a certain person doesn't make money, and then he makes 8 figures a year, and he
Right.
just dresses up like a really normal person. So you never really know anything about
Right.
anybody because people don't care about pretending. People just care about getting the result and living life however they want to live it.
Exactly.
If they want to suit up every day, then that's awesome. But they don't have to. They can just do it because
Right.
it's their choice.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, I had that bad habit when I got started to work in my pajamas. I don't recommend that to anyone. It just makes me feel dirty. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I fixed that. Now I take a bath as soon as I wake up.
That's a
um,
good practice.
yeah. So, what do you think are the top three mistakes you've made in your career as an internet marketer?
Procrastination, you know, thinking too much about things without just moving. Like to be successful, you got to choose something quickly and move on it quickly. I think procrastination, because the longer you take to do something, the less of a chance that it is going to be successful, I think.
And
You know, so
I think that's related to trying to get everything perfect, to perfectionism, because
right,
sometimes we try to get everything perfect and we never really launch it
right.
because we try to make it perfect,
Yeah,
but then we might launch it and it sucks. So we wasted a lot of
right.
time instead of just
Yeah, and that's the
launching.
thing. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. But the funny thing about it is going back to like, the guys that make a bunch of money. Some of the guys that I know that make the most money are the most unorganized people. Like they just don't have anything that's together, anything that's organized, but they make so much money, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I totally understand what you mean. And yeah. So procrastination would be the number one thing. Number two thing would be, I guess, listening to naysayers. Like if you have your mind made up to do something and someone else is telling you not to do it for whatever reason, you have to live your life at the end of the day because if if you want to launch a new business and I tell you not to, and then you fail in life, they don't blame me for it. They blame you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't listen to people. Like make your own decisions. So that's the number two thing. Procrastination, listening to other people. And the third thing that what would be the third thing? Third thing would be not being better with my finances earlier on. You know,
Yeah.
not saving money, reinvesting what I made, stuff like that. A lot of people make a lot of money and they also spend a lot of money. So, after meeting certain people like Com, Mirza, and people like that, I look at things in a different, like finances and stuff in a different way. Like, that creating that investor mindset where you don't just blow what you make. You got to put something to the side. You got to put something in this, and then you got to live on just a little bit, kind of thing. So, yeah,
Yeah, and I think that's something that happens to a lot of people when they start making money. They just start buying stuff they don't really need, and then they just end up blowing the hard-earned
right,
money. So
right,
it's important to be financially smart. And obviously, I'm not saying you shouldn't do stuff that I don't know, buy a nice car or take a nice vacation, but not stupid decisions, right?
right. Like you don't need 10 nice cars.
Yeah,
If you if you made $1 million a month, you don't need to have 10 nice cars.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
That's something I learned from Com at the event. It's really, it's like making money is it's like a science. If you do a if you have a certain strategy in place and you just follow it, then the money will come. It's not like a luck thing. If you just plan it out and are wise about it, then it'll just flow.
Right. Absolutely.
Awesome, awesome, cool, man. And if you had to start all over again, what would you do to get to where you're at right now the fastest way possible?
Uh, Man, that the journey is what brought me here. So I don't know if I changed anything, if anything would be different. It might be worse, I don't know. If I had to start all over again, I would have I would have hopefully discovered internet marketing when I was, 10 years ago. You know, when I was like early to mid 20s, because by the time I got to this age, I would have been, a lot further ahead, closer to my ultimate goals.
And
You know,
but for example, if like everything, if someone took all your money but left you
yeah.
with the knowledge you have right now,
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
What are
like
you
going.
doing?
Um, so if I lost everything, man, I just talk to people. I just talk to people, man. I just talk to people. I'll just start from the ground and just talk to people, find out what their needs are, what they need help with. How can I add some value to what you're doing? You know,
Yeah.
that's it. I'll just talk to people. I talk to people. If I say, hey, Mr. Gomez, hey, just got a quick question. Do you need help with anything in a copywriting department?
Yeah.
What will be your answer? You
Yes.
can say yeah, you can say no. If you say no, that's fine. If you
Yeah.
say no, that doesn't deter me because my next thing will be like, okay, can you tell me, two or three guys that you know who might need some help in
Yeah.
copywriting?
Yeah.
That's what network marketing taught me. You see what I mean? So and then I just talk to people, man. I like talking to people. I like people. I'm not afraid of people. I'm not afraid of no's. It's either gonna be yes or no, and no doesn't hurt my feelings.
And it's just a numbers game. At the end of the day,
Right,
the more people see your offer, whatever it is, the more money you're gonna make, and the more yeses, the more no's you're
right,
gonna get, but the more yeses as well.
right.
Persistence.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it doesn't take much. If you get 1 out of 10, you're doing okay. If you get 2 out of 10, you're doing very good. If you get 3 out of 10, you're doing amazingly
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome, awesome. So to wrap this up, what are three actionable tips people watching this interview could apply as soon as they finish it and start getting results if they are still not getting the results they want, or maybe someone who is just starting out in the industry? What are three actionable tips they could, regardless of their business, that anyone could
Yes.
apply to see the results, to start getting closer to the ultimate result they
Yes.
want?
Okay. I'd say the first one is you have a job, work harder on yourself than you do on your job.
Okay.
Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Number two is get educated. Get educated. Now, education might mean get a mentor. That's the number one choice. If you can get a mentor, get a mentor. Sometimes it's hard to procure a mentor. Sometimes it's hard to get a mentor to work with you. That's okay. The second choice is educating yourself is go online. There's a bunch of free information online. Everything that you need to learn about anything. You can learn how to build a car from scratch if you
Yeah.
find the right website. Whatever you want to learn, it's online. So if you can't find a mentor, go online and just find whatever it is that you need to do and educate yourself. That's number two. And number three is move. Move now. Go right now.
Sense of urgency.
Right now. Don't wait.
Yeah.
Just go. Do it now.
Awesome, awesome,
Why are you still
awesome.
watching the video? Hit the X,
Hit
go
the
right
X right
now.
now.
Go.
Subscribe before you hit the X. Go to the Marcus
Hit
profile
subscribe, then hit the X and go.
and start taking massive action. Yeah, I think that's something people don't do, that they procrastinate too much. You just gotta do it right now, and if you fail, you'll find the thing that works faster than if you failed slower. So fail fast, get a sense of
Real
urgency,
fast.
and just take action. And a little tip I would like to give to people who still maybe can't afford a mentor because most of them are expensive: start networking with people who might be their mentors, providing value to them, helping them in whatever they need, making them money
Right.
if possible, and so that they, because people have to understand that these people who are at the top receive countless messages every day. So if you're just another person, you're just another name in their Facebook. But if you actually provide value to them, they're gonna know that you are
Exactly.
that guy that helped them out, and you're just not another information seeker for free guy. So they're gonna see that you're different, and they're gonna start helping you, because most people
Absolutely.
are want to help you, but they just don't have time, and they want to help people who are not gonna take action on what they say. So I think that's a very
Absolutely.
good tip.
Absolutely.
Awesome, DeMarco. Great pleasure having you here in the interview, man. Tons of value delivered.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure all the viewers are gonna get, wow, a lot of knowledge that they can start implementing right now and start crushing it. Thanks, man.
Thank you very much for having me, man. Thank you so much.
No
I
problem,
really
man.
appreciate it.
So where can people find more about you if they want to contact you?
Um, I'm on Facebook. You know, Facebook is
Yeah,
probably the main place. And like you said, there will be a link at the bottom. I'm
yeah.
DeMarco, DMarcoMusa, Musa. Or you can contact me on Skype as well, DeMarco the first. So I'm either Skype or Facebook. You know, it's
Okay.
the easiest way to contact me. My website is under construction. Believe it or not, I don't even have a website that's active right now. So once I put that up, I'm going to be super busy because I'm going to start. I am a marketer at heart, so I know
Yeah.
how to drive traffic and I know how to get people to, visit a website. So when I put up the website, then I will provide more information about that. Maybe we can talk again at another time. But for right now, Facebook or Skype.
Awesome, man. Thanks. I'll be posting the links in the description or on the video.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you so much.
no problem, man. Thanks for having you and have a great day.
Hey, you as well, man. God bless you. Thanks.
Same. Bye bye, man.